Welcome back guys to another video of Enchanted Escape. I deeply excuse for the lack of videos in the past couple of weeks because I currently try to take over 2 shifts a day in the hospital. We were all not prepared for such a disease coming over our entire world. This is just an incredible situation. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sending out my best wishes to you guys, to your families, to your friends, to all your loved ones. Just to say that we will be all strong together through the internet and nobody can take us the ways of communication that we currently have. Much love, much strength to you all guys. In the next couple of days there will be a special video focusing on the coronavirus pandemic because I will be explaining some kind of point of views, personal experience that I have been making during my work in the hospital, which I would love to share with you guys. Some kinds of possible cures to just withstand it a bit with a bit stronger immune system. But apart from this, I will be introducing in this exact video, which will be coming up hopefully in the next week. I hope I get this ready. It will include a special announcement for you guys where you can actually win something. And I have been suing lots of things in the past couple of days. It won't be for nothing. I have been suing for hospitals right now. Of course, I'm just one single person. I don't have the capacity to produce thousands of things, but you will, it won't be for nothing. I will be donating something to you guys as well, if you're interested, of course. But apart from this, of course, music is always going on. We have to some kind of distract ourselves from the news that are rolling into our mailboxes every single day. I must confess I got quite hysteric every single day because I'm following the international news from about 5 or 6 different countries. I do speak various languages these times. I try to control my media consumption because every single time when I return from the hospital, especially from the night shifts, constantly search out for information to just be up to date what is happening in the various countries. But of course we have to, from these horrible news which are entering our mails every single day and entering the media every single day, I would just love to show some bits of music in these difficult times, to just give some bits of support because music is always there. I would love to rightly begin with a haul of some things which I have been buying, of course, before the pandemic was in its outbreak. I would love to introduce these CDs and also some vinyls which I have been buying, actually just one, but still a vinyl included. So the first CD which I have been wanting to actually show you, introduce on the camera for so many weeks already. Of course I'm talking about the SONSOMBRE album. I got the European version, which is this one. It has been printed and released by Post Gothic, which is well known for goth rock glories such as Brotherhood, Dreamtime, Miasma, or even Canis Lupus. This is the official CD, how it looks like, with high quality printed photos of Brandon from SONSOMBRE, and of course the original CD. This is how it looks like. It also came with 2 high quality printed photos of SONSOMBRE. It is just one of the greatest records of 2020, we can't deny it. And with this in mind, I would shortly guide you over to my video which I've been doing about this specific majestic album, 1000 Graves. In its entirety, I have just talked about it way too long, as always. But yeah, so that this doesn't get out of hand a second time, just get yourself the album. You can discover it via Cleopatra Records. So the next 2 releases, which I absolutely have to introduce, are 2 releases, exactly 2 CDs, which I have been purchasing from Russia directly, from the ever amazing, from my favorite Russian record label. The newer one, which is by the band Sny, I hope I pronounced this in the right way. This is the debut album of the band. I can't pronounce it, so I won't do it because I won't degrade any of the majesty of this record. It has very crossovers to kind of this gloomy, darkened goth rock atmosphere, crossed over with the modern kind of synth compositions. And this is what I love so much about this band. On the inside it looks like this. Especially the first song was the reason for me to buy it. It is called Reference. безнадежно влюблен и не богат. So the band Syn is originally coming from St. Petersburg. They have been formed in 2013 by exactly two musicians, two highly talented musicians, which you also can see on the front of the CD. They have been evolving since the very beginning, very dark and sound spheres, with those tips of 80s post-punk and goth rock. Especially when it comes to cold wave, dark wave, the Russian scene is just evolving, flourishing ever and always. The next CD, which I then got, is by Sny Matildy. Again, I hope I don't make any mistakes while pronouncing this. This is the Sny Matildy record. This includes 10 gorgeous songs. On the inside, it has all lyrics, which of course I can't comprehend, but I hope that I will in the future, someday. Let's just keep our hopes alive. Sny Matildy is an Estonian band, and this is officially distributed by Serbian Records. So next, I would love to continue with something that is not physical, that is digital, but it has been released, and I have been planned to finally include this in a video for such a long time. This is already so long ago. I deeply excuse that I haven't been able to put this in a video just much quicker, but it wasn't possible. I deeply excuse. Tzigane is one of my absolute favorite bands. It has always been, and it will always be, and they have been releasing a single which doesn't actually belong, but is some kind of a teaser to the upcoming album. So hurry up and get your own downloadable copy of the song Chestnut Girl. Not only title provokes this kind of mysterious atmosphere of a girl with its definite and just very dreamily characteristics, it is just increasing our attention for the upcoming song, for the lyrics as well, and for the upcoming album Martia, which is going to be introduced in the following weeks, we don't know. So let's remain in a mystery with this enchanting song. So next, when it comes to physical releases again, of course I told you in the beginning right away that I have a vinyl copy waiting for us. I have been receiving actually something with the vinyl, which is, you can possibly guess from which record label it is coming right now. So I have been receiving a kind of yellow list with all the releases. Releases go back to the year 2016, where this record label has actually been starting to promote artists and to also dig out treasured gems from the 80s, from past times, also from the 90s, to make them available for just a greater audience in current times. It is not a re-release. The vinyl that I am showing to you guys is not a re-release at all. It is completely new, because even if those songs have been made in the past, they have been reissued and completely renewed right now. Actually, those songs on this vinyl, which I'm showing to you right now, have never been published before. So it is in fact completely new, even though the songs have been made ages ago. But of course, you possibly know which record label I'm talking about. I'm talking about Strom. Strom is one of my favorite record labels ever. Possibly it is the top one, because they have ever since been focusing on experimentally inclined synth kind of compositions. Yeah, and this kind of experimentally inclined side of music is what I'm very addicted to. This comes with every single order from Strom Records. Include in each individual order a kind of set of stickers, which are so individually artistically created that I just have to show them to you guys. So this is the set of stickers that I received. This is an amazing sticker. It is actually silvery and kind of reflects all colors of the rainbow, because it is a holographic kind of design. I got those actually 2 times, as well as a bluish kind of, also as this kind of reflecting moon kind of logo. This is the official record. There you can see it. It is the official record, the Angst Voorbij by 𝐻𝐻. This is how the record looks like. It is in its plastics and I will open it with you right now. Of course, we're talking about 𝐻𝐻, one of the greatest 80s phenomena in the entire Belgian music scene. 𝐻𝐻 actually has also a real name. His actual real name was 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐢𝐼𝐜𝐻. He has just secured an important place in my record collection with the recordings of his former band, Aroma di Amore, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest bands of the entire 80s period. But actually also had solo recordings from the years 1984 to 1992. So we could definitely consider this release a true comeback in his period. Also, if these songs have been written in the past, they still have some significance for today, especially in the current times, and this was also one major reason for me to film this video right now. If you're not familiar with Aroma di Amore, I would love to emphasize a bit on this band because it is personally, in my opinion, one of the greatest bands ever in the entire music making period. The combination of this one-of-a-kind Belgian band of experimentally driven guitar riffs with catching up, especially lyrically, on social criticism and socially relevant topics is then bound to the unique concept of using the Flemish language, gives the songs a much greater authenticity, transfigures each individual song into something of much greater poetical but overall socially critically overall sense. But as we're now following up with the solo releases of 𝐻𝐻, I would love to skip to the previous period before this gem has been released officially. So we are in the year 1984 right now with 𝐻𝐻's first published LP, which was a mini LP, and it was actually shared with another band. 𝐻𝐻's song contribution to this split mini LP, where the masterpiece is November, which by the way is also included on this record. And this exact song November was the song which fascinated me back then. The very distant musical introspection of the singer gets blended and underlined by very harshly defined but also dreamily, gloomily, artistically created guitar riffs. We have electronically inclined sound spheres which underline the experimental character of the song. The other title on the split mini LP again evolves into an increased introspection of the singer, by yet remaining a very experimentally expressive, but especially also by the instrumental core of the song. It blends synth sound spheres as well as guitar riffs, which then evolve into the artistic masterpiece 𝐒𝐻𝐈 mezelf, which is the eponymous English word me and myself. But before we get tangled up in the past, I would love to open up this record with you guys. It has on the side this kind of wavy symbol, which all Stroom Records releases do have. What I have to say about the artwork is that it has been created and set in scene by the artistic mastermind behind the Stroom Record release team, who is called Nana Easy. She is one of the greatest artists. Check out her works. This is also especially visible on all album covers because every single one of them is an artwork. Especially also this cover reflects the haunting atmosphere of the songs so well. The introspection gets so deeply visible. So this is how the backside looks like. Then we have original pictures of the artist himself, as well as all songs to show you the artistic depth of this record. I actually must confess, I lost my heart to an instrumental track on this record, which is the song Nachtschade. It is said that the artist 𝐮𝐻 was driven by many contradicting principles while creating his music. While he had on one hand a certain affinity for the uprising new wave scene, but on the other hand he was very drawn to Dutch and especially Flemish because this was his mother tongue, Kleinkunst, which was evolving in this period as well. So these kind of contradicting principles build up a very surprisingly harmonizing, but deep down in its core, just shattered image of an introspection from an artist himself. His highly autobiographical lyrics often left himself a bit speechless when he was just reflecting. He was left a bit unconscious, especially in the past times, and this was also the reason why he didn't decide to publish them previously, if this was really worth of being written down and turned into a true piece of art. But later on he gladly realized how important the evolving process of oneself, especially on the introspection, resulting in being proud of what he has been able to create over the entire years and over the entire music making period. And we as listeners can definitely claim that what has now been released after so many years of considering if it was worth it or not belongs to one of the greatest musical works in our entire period from the 80s till today. So guys, we have come to the end of this video. Stay safe everyone. Follow up the rules of social distancing right now. This is the only thing that we can do to prevent more and more people lose their lives due to an illness which almost invisibly spreads in the entire world right now. Much strength and love to all your loved ones in this difficult time period. I love you so much. Keep on the enchanting spirits of dog and music creations. See you as soon as possible.